we got a lawsuit update, guys. And this comes to us from Ron Coleman. I said, a lawsuit update. Alyssa Mercante wants to open up discovery, but my lawyer, Ron Coleman, has filed to shut it down. If the judge agrees our motions to dismiss and anti-SLAPP are solid, this whole case dies before wasting time, money, or most importantly, freedom of speech. So what I left this off at for the latest As the World Turns with smashing his Alyssa lawsuit was, or LOL suit, if you will, was we submitted our final rebuttal. We had last licks and we were just waiting for the judge to make a judgment on if they're going to move forward with the case or not. And I had a call with Ron and he talked about what was happening behind the scenes about the Alyssa's lawyers potentially wanting to move forward with discovery, if we were okay with that, if we wanted to just get the wheels turning on that to save time in the future if this does proceed to court and they want to get going on discovery right now. And I was like, no, like why would I want to do this? But first off, why would I want to do discovery? I'm trying to get this dismissed. I don't want anything to do with this LOL suit. This is ridiculous. I have nothing to hide, but it does cost a shit ton of money if you want to get into discovery. So I would like to avoid that if possible. And I can't help but think that maybe Alyssa might potentially, or her lawyers, or a combination of the two, or whoever, might want the case to proceed into discovery to, I don't know, potentially, allegedly find out things about me that even if the case got dismissed, that they could try to hold over me or use or say or something. I don't even know. First off, there's nothing they're going to find. I'm legit, and I know you never say that to the internet, but there's nothing that I'm afraid of or scared of in my past that's out there. I legit am an open book. That's not my worry. But I feel like they don't believe me. And they're like, no, we got to find something on this guy. I'm like, okay. But my concern is the money. I don't want this to keep costing more money because legit, real talk, I'm concerned. It's already approaching upwards of nearly $50,000 at this point. And we haven't even gotten to the case yet. All right. That's very concerning if you consider that I was about to say only, but no, it's a lot. I've had over $71,000 donated to me for this lawsuit, but we haven't even gotten to court yet. So I would like to wrap this up in a nice bow and GTFO out of it because I don't need this costing hundreds of thousands of dollars in multiple years of my life. And the stress that it adds to every waking moment of my life. I do a good job of hiding it, but honestly, guys, it is a very extremely stressful time. And I will, before I even get into what we said in this, I think Alyssa is starting to feel the pressure publicly, and she's admitting as much because she posted on Blue Sky, it really sucks that I can't be earnest or honest on this app because it gets screenshot and spread around the other app for people to dunk. So she's admitting here that she lies. That's the way I read that. That she's like, I can't be honest with you guys. For people to dunk on and then they DM me mocking my pain. So anyway, I am struggling big time with depression. I am really frustrated that I don't have a full-time job, that I don't have benefits, that I am grinding for freelance work that I'll have to chase payment for. I worked really hard to get into the industry. Fun fact, she's actually never been in the industry. She's just been a journalist. I've worked hard all my life, and I just feel like I'm failing. Well, that's because, in my humble opinion, you are. You have been a failure from day one, Alyssa. And nobody's actually been able to tell you that and be honest with you, except me. And I think that's why you're so mad at me, is because I'm honest with you. I try to help you. I try to let you know the things you say online are not beneficial to your perception out there. You wonder why companies don't want to risk their reputation on you. Look at the things you say. Look at how you talk to people. Have some self-respect and self-acknowledgement. Step outside yourself for a second and look at yourself. It's crazy. So I screenshot because she said she can't stand people screenshotting her. I screenshot and I said, have you tried suing more people to make up for your self-admitted continued personal life failures? Which comes from her. What's up, Camelot? See Camelot in the chat. What's up, bro? Good to see you. But Alyssa would get wrecked in discovery. She absolutely would be. And I don't fear discovery. If it does come to that, if the judge does want to hear the case, it's like, all right, I guess we're doing this. It's just going to cost a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of stress. I spoke to the real Mark Fox, who's been through lawsuits before, and he's even said, you don't, no matter if you're the plaintiff or the defendant, you don't want a lawsuit. It is insane stress that gets brought on you. And it's really just difficult every single day to deal with the stress that you have brought on yourself with it. You don't want it. The only people, and I'll say this, I love Ron Coleman, don't get me wrong, but the only people that win are the lawyers. I am not going to win this. Alyssa is not going to win this. This is why I've said multiple times from literally the beginning, drop the lawsuit, Alyssa. This is a stupid waste of money. Attacking freedom of speech in America is not going to end well for you legally. I don't know how else to tell you this, but this is really not smart. I know of all the people you should probably be listening to, ironically, is me, is the last person you'd ever listen to. But I would also say, and I mean this, Alyssa, because I know you're going to watch this. Listen to your friends. And I don't mean your internet friends. I mean your real life friends. I mean that. Because for reasons, just listen to your real life friends. I can't say more than that. I do know that they care about you, and I do know they want the best for you. And they're not lying to you. Anyways, this comes from Ron Coleman. This is the cover letter, basically, in the package deal. This is the notice of motion to stay discovery pending resolution of plaintiff's motion to dismiss the second amended complaint, which is a lot of words to say. Judge, we would like to hold off on discovery pending you telling us if we're even going to do this case or not, because we don't really think this is a very legitimate case. And this is the full-on. No, she does. You guys say, does she have friends? No, she has real life friends. She has a group of friends, and they want the best for her. And I think that's really important for your real life friends to take them at their word that they have your best intentions in mind for you. I guess part of growing up is realizing who you need to listen to in life. And so far I've seen that from a dad's perspective, some people just haven't grown up yet. So this is the entire letter, which I'm not going to read through this whole thing because, my goodness, we'd be here for 12 hours going through all of this. But I do have a summary for the entire thing that when I fed this through ChatGPT, just to give a summary for the stream for everyone's info. The core argument from Ron Coleman in this: discovery should be paused because if motions succeed, the case will be dismissed entirely. Discovery is not needed to resolve these motions. Proceeding now would cause unnecessary burden and costs. Legal framework: courts have inherent authority to stay proceedings. A stay is appropriate upon good cause, typically evaluated by strength of defendant's arguments that claims lack merit, scope and burden of discovery, risk of unfair prejudice to the plaintiff, and it goes into other factors as well. In summary, defendant requests the court grant a full stay of discovery until the motions to dismiss and anti-SLAPP sanctions are decided. And Ron's justification: strong dismissal arguments, burdensome, expensive discovery, early litigation stage, and policy favoring protection of free speech from meritless lawsuits. Ron goes through and cites precedent after precedent of other cases with all this kind of stuff. I mean, you get what you pay for. Ron goes over the top with everything, which is great. I really appreciate that. But at this point, I'm telling you guys, like, I hope the judge sees what I feel is happening right now, where it feels like Alyssa's side is doing some gerrymandering or doing some kicking the can down the road or doing some let's try to add this thing or slow this thing down or do this thing or let's try to find out more information on him instead of just letting the case run its course. And they obviously would portray the early discovery as a, hey, we're doing you guys a favor. It'll save you money if you just get started on it right now. You don't need to keep delaying this. Like, it doesn't save us any money at all. I'm not paying Ron for the hours he's not working. When we need to do that, we will do that, and it will cost a lot of money. It will just delay the lawsuit. We just don't want to do that. And it's very curious that Alyssa and her lawyers are so eager to find out more information about me with discovery. On, mind you, a lawsuit of frivolous claims getting mad at me saying basically the same shit that she says about herself. But because I said it and she doesn't like me, she wants to sue me. Meanwhile, people she is buddy with can say whatever the fuck they want about her, and it's totally fine.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
I mean, that's from David Jaffe to Alyssa, who was at that point in time currently suing me already at that time. This is the same Alyssa Mercante that threatened the entire internet to a fight.
And if you have a problem with that, come fight me physically, bitch.
This person is suing me. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Now, the entire internet, from what I've seen, is decidedly on my side for it, and I'm very grateful for that. But unfortunately, that is the court of public opinion, and it doesn't mean jack shit when it comes to the court itself. And the judge is the one that matters. So I'm hopeful, but at the same time, I'm not getting excited for any kind of outcome or anything like that. I'm appealing to Alyssa to drop the frivolous lawsuit and relieve yourself of this unnecessary burden that you're placing on yourself and me financially as well. Now, for me, so far, it has not impacted me financially at all. I don't know if financially it's impacted you, Alyssa. It may have. And if that's the case, I don't think I've seen a bigger waste of money in my entire life. And that includes me, who invested in the Intellivision Amico. This one takes the cake. Darksis says, question: what happened to the last dismissal letter? How come the judge didn't dismiss the case already and let them keep going? Well, no, that's where we left it off. And in the meantime, it's kind of being kicked up right now by Alyssa's side, being like, hey, while we're waiting for the judge to make a decision, are you guys on board with us starting discovery? And you can start discovery on us too. And we're like, no. What? No, we're waiting for the judge's decision right now. So this is why we're sending another letter being like, no, we don't want to do that right now. We don't want to cost extra money. I don't want to charge any extra money that I don't have to. I want this to be over and done with and tossed out. That is my ideal dream with this, but it is completely at this point up to the judge to decide.